get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
As you can see, in a different environment, back at home, home base, Wi-Fi at least is going to be good to go here until August. So I ended pretty early, but ready for the summer, ready to get some money. How about you, Chris? How's finals coming along?
I haven't even started yet. I got first final on Tuesday. Well, I guess this weekend, but I will be done on Wednesday. So
Okay.
we're on wildly different schedules.
Yeah. And are you going to be staying in College Park for a little bit, or are you going to be coming right back home?
I'll probably come back pretty soon after my last final. Definitely within by the weekend, I should be back.
Yeah, but so for the reason why we were delaying these episodes, you're gonna have an episode in 8 days. Feels like forever. After finals, just I stayed in Columbia for about a week, and just wanted to see people, hang out with people, and
up to no good.
Yeah, up to no good. So there was some scheduling issues, and then of course we were gonna redo it on Monday because we missed the Friday pod, but I packed everything in one day, so my stuff was all over the place. But we made it.
Yeah, luckily I won't have a moving day until July.
That's nice.
I'll bring some of my stuff back, but being within 35 minutes instead of 8 hours definitely does have perks.
Oh yeah, sure it does. All right. Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Yes, the comments. Walker, he misses the green screen. I missed the green screen too. Can't just put it up.
Where is it?
It's packed up. I'm not just gonna. It was conveniently placed in my apartment. There was a pole that I conveniently nailed it to the top. Not that much convenience here. So we're just gonna have to deal with the background. At least we got Spider-Man back there hanging out. So, anyways, a lot to talk into today. A lot of NBA to recap. And should we just start with last night?
That's all you. You got it.
Yet again, the Boston Celtics have no fire, no heart, and just today or yesterday, it just seemed like they didn't even know how to play basketball. It's weird. It seems like they're not all on the same page. It seems like they really don't know what to do in some situations. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's chemistry. I know the coaching doesn't help. That overtime loss, game 4, that last shot, we just ended the game with a timeout for free on the bench. I guess kept it for this game where we didn't use any anyways. Like the Sixers, they'll go on these runs, and the Celtics have nothing to do to stop them, and yet we're not calling any timeouts. We're not changing anything up. We're just like Joe Mazzulla is just like, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure it out, and they're not. If the 3-pointers aren't going in, the Celtics, like, they live and die by the 3-pointers. They're not going in. They're not gonna win the game. So it was tough. Now you're down 3-2. I was in the same. If you remember, we were in the same position last year. I was probably just this depressed last year against Milwaukee, down 3-2. Just lost the game home. But it's not looking good for my Celtics. And now they have to go to Philly. They very easily could win there. And then have to light it up at home. But it's just disappointing. I want to see these, like, they have the ability, they have the talent is way better than this Philadelphia team. And we're looking like schmucks out there.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's very cliche to say, but it is a make or miss league. Al Horford was what, like 0 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
Tatum and Brown have like deceptively good numbers, but it's like when they were getting their points, it didn't really matter that much.
Brown is starting to become a train wreck. Like, he is just.
You think he's like ready to bounce?
I don't
You think
know.
that has anything to do with it?
So the NBA All-Star or not all NBA teams come out tonight. And if he's on it, they 7 p.m. tonight. If he's on it, Jalen Brown, he will stay with the Celtics because it's too much money to give up.
Right, because he gets the super max or whatever.
Yeah. But if he does not get it, it seems like he's out. And he's after
Yeah.
game 4, he's making comments to the media like, "Oh, maybe I should get the ball more. Maybe I should call for the ball more. Maybe you should learn how to dribble, Jalen Brown. Maybe you should learn how to finish around the rim, Jalen Brown. Maybe you should know that if Joel Embiid's right behind you and you're going for a layup, he's gonna swat that shit into the stands." Which it's exactly what happened right at the end of
It
the
was
game.
brutal.
It
That
was
was
a
brutal.
that was a terrible, terrible play. And I don't know. I don't think he needs to be more aggressive. I just think he needs to hit his shots. Uh, I don't know what to do. I think it's just they don't, and they also don't have a dog. They don't have a guy who like
It
it's
feels like Tatum's like just kind of soft.
that's it's
Doesn't have
bad.
like that
It's
killer,
bad.
and he was like Kobe's boy too.
Yeah,
It's
I
like he
know.
just does not. He doesn't have the Mamba mentality at all.
No, it's like it's fake Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
It's like he's portrayed as Mamba mentality, and he had a terrible shooting night from the threes. He had a terrible game, uh, 2 games ago. I think what he ended the game 3. They won by 34, but he had 7 points. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know. He just hasn't been shooting efficiently at all. He loves the 3 ball even when it's not going in. And he every time he goes to the rim, it's a good play though. Every single time. And either he makes the right pass out of it cuz he doesn't have it, or he gets the layup, or he gets the and one, but I don't know. He's still only 25, and that I mean, we've been saying that since he was 19. But hey, maybe that's it. Maybe that's that. What I said right there is that's what it's always gonna be. He's only 34.
But like,
He
yeah,
figured it out.
right.
Like he,
It's like he's just now like entering his prime.
yeah, exactly. He's 32.
LeBron at 36 was putting up 25 and 8. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he didn't have the off-season stuff coming up with Jalen Brown, then I feel like it wouldn't be that painful, I guess. And also, it being the Sixers makes it so much worse. And I don't I'm not trying to wrap up the series already because there's still all you have to do is beat him twice in a row, which is not that crazy. Like he took care of business in Game 3 in Philly. They barely beat you in Game 4. They barely beat you in Game 1. So it's like the Celtics have been maybe not the better team in the series, but it's not like the Sixers are in control by any means outside of last night.
Yeah. And I just think
like even Game 1 we had well, not we, but you had a little bit of a meltdown, even though that was like a 1-possession game where this one is almost one that you throw out and you just move on. You say, all right, well, it sucks that we dug ourselves this hole, but if we play our best basketball back-to-back nights, we're fine.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's definitely still possible. I mean, they again, like I said last year, they did it against Milwaukee last year. But what bothers me is that it's like how many times do they have to go to the Eastern Conference Finals or to the finals and lose and still keep doing the same mistakes?
Yeah.
Like
Well, at some point, you are who you are.
yeah, but what I want is run a goddamn play. I haven't seen them run a play like the whole postseason. Like run a play and run plays that will work. It seems like it's just like now it's Tatum's turn. Now it's Jaylen Brown's turn. Oh, we got to give Marcus Smart his thing. Oh, Horford's wide open in the corner. We'll give it to him.
Oh, Smart is just the wrecker that comes in.
Smart kind of blows.
We just gotta let him take matters into his own hands once or twice, and well, a lot more than once or twice, and it's never pretty.
No, he shoots so much, and he also he's the heart. He's been the heart of the Celtics for so long, and he's such a fan favorite. But it's like I don't want him shooting 15 shots in a playoff game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want him shooting 15 shots. I would rather have Brogdon shoot those shots, and I would rather have White if he's
hmm
White has also disappeared.
He
Him,
has, and he's
him, and
been. I
Robert
remember like
Williams.
last year the trade acquisition of White, and we were like, "What the heck are they doing?" And then he just became like their most important player.
Yeah, and he was.
Just faded back into obscurity.
And what sucks about that is he was great all season. He was awesome. He was
hmm
awesome all season. And he was excellent in the Hawks series, and now
hmm
in this Sixers series, he can't do anything. Robert Williams has disappeared. He's not impactful at all. I don't know if he's not healthy or what, but he is like a nothing out there. And it's funny, my dad and I, finally get to watch some games with my dad, and it was awesome. Of course, we lost, but the last like 12, like not 12 minutes, the last like 2-3 minutes were our favorite part because the guys who came in, it was Mike Muscala, Peyton Pritchard,
Sure.
Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett, Grant Williams, but they at least cared. Like they were out there
Yeah.
and they looked like they were playing good defense. They were getting stops. They were shooting threes, and I don't know. It didn't mean anything, but I want to just see some heart, and it was nice that I got to see some heart from at least someone on the Celtics uniform.
The defense is incredibly concerning.
Oh, it's awful.
11 of 27 from Tatum is a problem, but it also feels like the Sixers can basically just do whatever they want.
And it
when they
feels
have the
like
ball.
that's how it was in game 1, and that's how it was in game 4 and 5. Just anything that they wanted. Like that in game 5, overtime, Jaylen Brown helps out Embiid, who Embiid was garbage. He was garbage at the end of the game, but during the whole thing he was pretty good. But garbage at the end, he was gassed. Al Horford was making him his bitch,
hmm
and he just goes to double team Embiid, and it's like, great. Now Harden has a wide open 3. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jaylen Brown. The team's incredibly frustrating, and the more quotes that Jaylen Brown says, the more frustrating I get with him.
Yeah. What's an example? 'Cause I haven't seen like any interviews or anything.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, but just like, oh, he needs to get. I guess he needs to call for the ball more. Um, and it's just his attitude. It just doesn't seem like it. It's not right. It seems like he wants out. It's annoying. And I guess he does want out, but
I feel like he's not like a number 1 guy though. It's like that
that
Jimmy Butler career trajectory.
that's the other thing with
But
the
he's not
Celtics
like
team.
a dog.
The other thing with the Celtics team, they don't know. These guys don't know their roles.
Yeah.
Like Brogdon knows his role off the bench. Horford knows his role, but Brown thinks he's the best player on the team, and it needs to be like I don't care if it's Brown or Tatum, but they both need to be on the same page for who's the best player on the team. They can't have them fighting for who's the best player on the team. That doesn't work.
Well, Tatum's the better player.
Yeah, I
That's
think so too.
objective.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
yeah, no, I think you're right.
And Smart thinks he's like he thinks he's as good as Brown and
Oh,
Tatum.
Smart thinks that it's like a 3-man
Yeah, it's like a 3-headed.
superstar
Yeah.
team.
So
Which is
and
not.
like the rest of the team's fine. Like Derek White knows his role, Brogdon knows his role, Horford. But like the top 3 guys on the team need to know the pecking order. And there hasn't been a pecking order their whole careers. There hasn't been a pecking order.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's fine in the regular season because you can almost like take turns
Mhm.
being the guy, but in the playoffs, it's like somebody's going to be the clear number 1 option.
Yeah. It's upsetting. I got to say too, with finals and moving out and seeing people, it's been sketchy seeing these games. I've had to watch it on my phone. Had to
Oh
watch
yeah, I
like
bet.
only like the last quarter or something. So I've been slacking. Now and
Yeah.
my bleeding green tweets have coming later and later. So now that I'm back home, I got to lock in from the
Oh, it's
from
your
the
whole
start.
life.
Yeah, from the start of the day to the end of the day. I just got to be locked in.
What do you think's
Maybe it's on
worse,
me.
like mentally, like waiting all day or like being distracted and then not getting your full energy in the game.
I think I'd rather just wait all day.
I think I would too.
Like, it's just like because being distracted, it's like now if I'm like, like one day it was Cinco de Mayo. I was out to dinner with my
Mhm.
girlfriend and family, and they were like, I the TV was in the back. It was behind
Oh
me,
yeah.
and I would turn around like every couple minutes, and her dad
Which
was like,
game was
"Hey,
this?
this was
At game 3?
game."
Yeah, Friday night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a story about Friday night.
But
Keep going and all.
the so anyways, her dad, she's like, "Hey, do you want to switch seats so you can see the game?" And I go, "Actually, no, because I won't be in the conversation. Like, just you might as well excuse me and I'll go home. Like, don't put me
Yeah.
there because I just won't watch. I just only watch it. So
uh, that there was a time where week 2 of the NFL season, I remember it from this year. I was out to lunch with my girlfriend and her parents,
Mhm.
and they had the Commanders game up on the TV. So it wasn't like directly behind me, but I would have to turn and check.
Yeah.
And it was the game where they just got slaughtered by the Lions.
Mhm.
It was so brutal. Which it was probably better that I wasn't like just sitting at home, like
Yeah.
freaking out by myself. And I was at least distracted, but it was like I would just turn it and be like, "Oh my gosh," and
It's
just have to
gotten
snap
worse.
like back into conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You're
oh
just
my
like
gosh, what am I gonna do?
that. You're right. It's almost helpful. You're just like, forget about it. Forget about it. Like, we gotta go back to
Right.
conversation. Yeah. Like, just don't worry about it.
But so Friday night, I was in Philly at the Phillies game, and all the stadiums are clustered in South Philly in that one area. So it was Philly versus Boston in both places. So the
Mhm.
Red Sox were playing the Phillies, and then the Celtics were playing the Sixers. And the games ended like basically right at the same time. Getting out of there was basically like getting out of an Eagles game with 65,000 people, and they both lost. So it was
Oh,
like the worst case scenario ever because people were
it's
like coming out of the stadium, the
pandemonium.
Sixers game, yeah, still like a couple minutes left, and people are like watching the Sixers game, and then everyone's just in their cars, like no one's letting you out or anything. Like everybody's pissed because both teams lost. I mean, the Sixers obviously was way worse because it's the playoffs, but yeah, not a great situation to be in.
Rough.
Yeah,
That is rough. All right. Well, to wrap up
I
the
thought the series was
Celtics.
over after that game. Also, I thought
Yeah,
it was
so did
Boston in
I. I was
five.
like, well, we figured it out. Boston 5. Gentleman sweep.
It was letting both game 1 and game 4 slip away is bad because the other game, like the games you've won, you've been in complete control. But that's why I feel like they'll have a good shot because all you have to do is
We need to start
be close
hard.
twice and you got to finish.
Well, and we need to start hard. The past 2 games, we've started out flat. And
Yeah.
like we need Tatum to get if he gets, tomorrow night, if he gets 11 points in the first half, 10 points in the first half, not first half, sorry, first quarter, uh,
Mhm.
they'll be in good shape. But if he stinks it up and gets 2 points and 2 points in the half like he did in game 4 or game 4, then I don't know what they expect. I still can't like I wasn't mad at the game 4 loss because
No?
no, because I was like, hell, we came back. We were down 16. Like there
Yeah.
was no I thought we were like going to get blown out of the water. And I was like, look, they showed a lot of effort, a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and then all of it went away. I don't know what happened in 2 days, but all of it went away.
Maybe it was they used too much energy
They're getting paid too much
saving it
to
up.
use that. They're getting paid too much. All right, let's move
I
on.
yeah. I
Wrap it
don't
up.
don't give up hope yet. That's where I'll leave it.
No, I'm not giving up hope.
Win game
I
6.
yeah, one game at a time. Celtics in 7. We got this.
Crusher
Just
would
right.
be to win game 6 and then lose game 7 at home.
Oh, dude, that would be so.
Not.
That'd be so devastating. Ugh. And it's so possible
be
too. That would be
pretty
like.
brutal. It's
That would
like
be like.
this playoffs too. They've already had multiple home losses that are
Oh,
just
I
like
know. Just bad.
gut wrenching. The Hawks one was bad. This one was even worse.
I was looking at a stat on Twitter. It was like Celtics and Bruins, their home records in the playoffs are just like terrible.
Well, the Bruins lost games 5 and 7 at home. They were the best team in NHL history and had a 3-1 lead. So I think they've already taken the cake.
Well, yeah, but
No
it was like
matter
the
how the rest
past.
of the
It was like the
series
past
goes.
5 years. It was like the
Oh,
worst.
really?
Like the worst playoff record in TD Garden. It was like
Damn.
I think the Celtics are like 9-15, and the Bruins or something. And it was like some of those losses were NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals games. It's like
Lost Game
brutal.
7 of the Stanley Cup at home.
Yeah, they need to
When
blow
they
up.
played the Blues.
They need to blow up TD Garden. They need a new garden.
I mean, you're getting there at least.
Yeah, great. That's great. So it's just added stress still for the same disappointment that I could have gotten in round one.
I'd rather go on the run.
No, that's true. That's true.
What more do you want as a sports fan? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you want the ring, but
Well, like pardon
the
my
run
take says,
itself is
sometimes
fun.
it's more fun to lose the Super Bowl. All right.
Ugh,
Or not more fun, but I think they said
It's
they'd take
not.
losing a Super Bowl. Yeah, no, it's definitely
right.
All right.
You'd rather lose. You'd rather go to the Super Bowl and lose than
not
make
go
it
at
to the Super
all.
Bowl at all.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Anyways, we have some other games to talk about. Knicks Heat. I'm just gonna do this one quick because I just don't think the Knicks have it. Like Randall stinks. Brunson's the only guy that's carrying them, and somehow this zombie Heats team is just reviving all of their dead players.
I believed in the Knicks going into this series, which was not a good move. I feel like this Heat team is one of the most underrated teams we've seen in a while. Like I was looking at their odds today, and they're like plus 400 to win the East.
I know,
Basically
and they're
guaranteed to win this next series,
mm-hmm.
and then like you beat the Bucks in 5. I know without Giannis for a few of the games, but you beat them twice with Giannis. Took the Celtics to 7 last year. We're literally like a shot away from going to the finals. Basically, the same team comes back, just heroes out. So, like the Heat are not a bad bet right now.
No, they aren't. And I don't want to like.
And you've been saying it too that you've been scared of them this whole time.
Here they are. Like and Kevin Love is like a starter, a factor. Bam Adebayo he was mid at the beginning. Now he's like fine. He's just putting up his points. But Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, all those guys are like back to how they were, as you said, last year. So they are extremely underrated. And I thought the Knicks were going to be able to put up more of a fight. Like we talked about that with the Cavs. Like they had the big boy, the bully ball, old timey Heat or Knicks, but the Heat are just they're taking them, and they're the ones that are bullying them.
Yeah. It almost reminds me of that, like the Raptors team that won finals, because you have Jimmy Butler, who's like Kawhi Leonard, who's just like on another level than everybody else in the postseason. Like not even the team. Like
Yeah.
all the superstars in the postseason. It's just he's the one that brings the most fear, other than maybe Curry. But it's just like a different. I don't know. Like Butler's more clutch than Curry is. And you have like all these
He is
role
just, like,
players
yeah,
that are
a
just playing
roar around him.
perfectly.
Yeah. That's how. So if the Celtics lose within the next 4 days and they don't have a chance to play in the NBA Finals, I'm pledging my allegiance to the Denver Nuggets after that. I love this Nuggets. Oh, after watching them last night, it was like the first Nuggets game I got to watch because I was just at home doing nothing, just sitting at home. And talk about everyone knows their role. Jokic is like this unicorn in the middle that just completely dominates everyone. He's like, you could see how he's smarter than everyone else. Like you could see it. It's insane. His patience, his passing, his shot providing. Like every shot, it's like, oh, that might actually go in. It doesn't matter where it is. It's like, so they're I think if they take care of business against Phoenix in the next game, which I don't know. I don't know if that goes 7. I think they're taking care of business tomorrow. But
I have a pick I'll give out in a few minutes.
okay, all right,
Like the
all
XFL.
for it, all for it. And just every game, it's like a masterclass. Every single game.
Mhm.
And I know those Twitter jokes, everyone, oh, we need a masterclass tonight. And it's like you're getting a masterclass from
Yeah.
Jokic every single night. His teammates are finally good. They got some real depth. They got like
Mhm.
they got Mr. June just sitting on the bench doing nothing, Reggie Jackson. I guess it's not June yet. He's waiting for his calling. But
Yeah.
if they play in the finals and he's back in June, so ready. Um, but they're just a complete team, and I loved watching them last night.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
mean, the
how
fact
they
that they
lost
were
this.
able to get Michael Porter Jr. as late as they did, I guess he had like the injury stuff when he was coming out of that draft, but he was, if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was like the top prospect in that draft. The injury stuff.
Yeah,
Like a year before the draft, the mock drafts had him going 1.
he was like that.
And yeah, when he's on the floor, like he's probably their third most impactful player.
Yeah, and when he's hitting his shots, like last night, he was really killing them. So
Mm.
I mean, it's funny. He's erratic though. He'll
Yeah.
sometimes have it and just sometimes has nothing and looks like a bum. But he was on last night and they look scary when all of them are hitting.
Mm.
Uh Jamal Murray, Bruce Brown off the bench got 25. It was a field day for him.
Yeah. And this feels kind of like the year where the Nuggets could take advantage of a wide open playoff field.
Mhm.
Like there's no real dominant teams. Um, like the Warriors of last year are not, like that's not the same team. LeBron's old. This Lakers team could make a run, but the Nuggets seem like the team that right now is the most primed in the West. Especially like having gone through the playoffs a couple times and not having success. They're kind of like the Bucks with Giannis like finally breaking through. This is kind of what that feels like to me. So I'd put my chips in on the Nuggets.
Yeah, it seems like they're due. And
Right.
Jokic is due, two-time MVP, in discussion for third, and I feel like they're due. I like it. So speaking of the Warriors and the Lakers, that
You're not
series,
all in on LeBron like your brother?
no, no, I'm not gonna lie though. This Lakers team, it's working out well for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're now up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors. This was the Lonnie Walker game. Last 15 points in the fourth quarter, just absolutely phenomenal. And that's
Yeah,
the
that
thing about this Lakers
does not
team
make sense.
is that after they don't not all of them are going to be hitting all at once. But there will always be someone from their bench, whether it's Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, Dennis Schroeder, Rui Hachimura, Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell. One of them is going to help out LeBron and AD and is going to score a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
points. So
Yeah.
far, it's been, I mean, there's been Rui games against the Grizzlies. There's been D'Angelo Russell games against the Warriors. There's been, I mean, hell, game 1 was the Anthony Davis game. So they just have to make like one of their guys is going off. And uh sorry, just got a phone call. But anyways, the then the Warriors, they just don't have that same depth. They can't play Looney. Like Anthony Davis just stuffing them.
Looney
And
just had like the 2 games where he got 30 rebounds and then called it the playoffs. It was like game 7 against the Kings and then the first game against the Lakers. He was like a force down low.
mhm.
And I don't know where that went. Like, that was just a really strange because he got 3 boards last game.
Oh, we got some more comments I wasn't looking at. But Yeah, it is. It's all Curry. It's Curry or nothing. And if he's not scoring like 40, it's like almost like of course they had a chance this last game, but if he got 31, if he's not getting 30, they're not going to be close to him.
Yeah, no. When it's like Wiggins last year was so awesome down the stretch, and all right at best. Poole has been horrible,
Oh, he's
absolutely horrible.
unplayable.
Yeah, which is crazy considering like how potential he's shown and like how well he's fit in with this team the last few years.
And
But
how
yeah,
well he
he's been
played
miserable.
in the finals last year.
Yeah, exactly. Does that like hurt?
A little bit.
Like watch the team, it's like these are the guys that killed you. Now
Yeah, and it's like
they're
literally the
trash.
same team.
Yeah.
Quite literally the same team.
But that's what you have to like when you go on a finals run, you need those guys to step up, which is why the Nuggets have a good shot, which is why the Lakers have a good shot because their stars are stepping up. And it's funny, like looking at this Lakers team, this is not LeBron's best team. This is not his best supporting cast,
Mm-mm.
but it feels like there's been years where he's had to do a lot more to get to the finals, even with a better team than right now.
Yeah.
Because we're having games, like you said, like all those guys, Rui, Reeves, Lonnie Walker, are putting up big games, and it's like we're barely even talking about LeBron.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're barely talking about LeBron, and we're also we like the Lakers. You could see it on their bench, on their sidelines, the way that Anthony Davis and LeBron let the other guys get involved. They all like
Hmm.
they talk about know your roles with the Celtics. They all know their roles. They know what they're out there supposed to be doing, and they know when it's their time, their name's gonna get called. So that's really the difference between a lot of like, especially with the Suns. You look at the Suns; they don't know they don't know whose name's gonna be called. They don't even know Aiton's like they don't even know if Aiton's gonna want to be playing or not. They they had just like they're going out there with Josh Okogie, Cam Payne, Landry Shamet, Terrence Ross had to be big for them last night. And it's just not the firepower and they're not gelled together. It just doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
like a coherent team.
Yeah, and it also reminds us how good Anthony Davis is when he's on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically been the subject of criticism for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And even before they won that ring, it was just like, yeah, this guy's an awesome player, but he's literally made of glass.
Yeah, and
But when he's on the floor and not going down every other play, he's
great.
one of the most effective big men in the league.
Oh yeah, and you could see it in the Warriors where they don't want to drive to the basket.
No, well, I mean they can't. Like, who's going to?
Yeah, who's gonna stop them?
And like Draymond is just the non-factor offensively. Clay is just not prime Clay. Like all he can do is shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not driving to the hoop.
Yeah, he can't really move. He can't really move at all.
He's like Kyle Korver now.
Pretty much.
Kind of floats around and hits threes.
Pretty much is.
Which is not a bad guy to have on your team, but
he's too sporadic too. It's like either he gets like
yeah.
nothing or 30.
Yeah, like he wins them the game.
Yeah. All right, you had some picks. Actually, before we talk to the picks, we had some more comments. Walker saying Malcolm Brogdon is hero. That was from a while ago. My father saying the finals are nothing. I'm guessing he's talking about the Celtics. And then he said that the Heat are rolling the Celtics and the Sixers, so they better watch out. We got Patrick Oliver saying that Jordan Poole will be playing for the Guangdong Tigers next year.
Guangdong Tigers.
And then
Ni hao.
Ni hao, ni hao. My dad saying that Anthony Davis is Mr. Glass, and then Walker saying the Hawks Kyle Korver is better than LeBron James. Prime LeBron
Hawks
James.
Kyle Korver was an unbelievable player.
He was a weapon.
At like
an absolute
38
weapon.
years old. What a team that was. It was like Jeff Teague.
Him, Vince
Horford,
Carter, right?
Horford.
Vince Carter was later, but yeah, Horford. They were ballers.
Who else was on that Hawks team? Michael Scott, maybe. And that was the year they beat the Wizards when Paul Pierce hit the buzzer beater in Game 3. And in Game 6, he had another buzzer beater, but it was like a second past the shot clock. Probably the saddest. Oh, Paul Millsap.
There you go.
One of their better players.
I didn't even realize he was on the Hawks.
Yeah, that was a Budenholzer coaching clinic.
That was Budenholzer.
That team.
We didn't really talk about that. He's gonna have to find a new team. Fired.
Yeah.
I do feel bad. Like, he did deserve to be fired, but once it came out like that his brother was dead, like died, I was like, they're not gonna fire him. Like, no way. And then they're just like, no, we're canning you anyways.
Respect. It's cruel.
It is a cruel world.
You'd think that winning a ring would get you like 3 years.
Oh, in the NBA, it's no longer. Nick Nurse gone.
No.
Mike Budenholzer
Nurse, yeah.
down.
Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year and got fired.
That same year.
Swept by LeBron.
It's the same year. He was holding the trophy and he was already another team's coach.
But yeah, it's tough out there. He'll have no problem finding another job though, because he's so good at turning teams around.
Yeah, he won't have a problem. I'd take either one of them. Hey, they want to coach the Celtics.
Oh, you would hate Boot. You're already good in the regular season.
I would love Nick Nurse though. I'd be all in.
Nurse, yeah.
Yeah, I would be all in on Nurse. All right.
What about Udoka?
Ime? Hell, I'll take him back at this point. I'd take back Ime. We're missing him. Like, that's what this team is missing.
I was gonna ask you earlier. Like, you think it's coaching?
Yeah. And I don't think like Joe Mazzulla's going to be a terrible coach his whole career. I just don't think him as a rookie head coach is equipped enough to handle, like, the my turn, your turn of Jason and Jalen, or the responsibilities of coaching for the NBA Finals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
It's annoying. It's frustrating. Why did Ime Udoka have to be a Predator? Why did that have to happen? All right. Anyways, you want to move on?
Picks for tonight. Or move on.
Oh yeah. Picks.
Heat Knicks. Heat plus 3.5. Plus 138 money line. You think it ends tonight?
It's in Madison Square Garden. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm not like scared of the Garden though.
No. I don't think the Garden matters. Yeah, I think the plus 140 is sweet. That's a sweet deal.
I don't know what the Knicks have left in them.
No, neither do I. I don't understand why are the Lakers 7-point underdogs.
State.
Just because of Golden State?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Plus 260 to wrap it up tonight. I also kind of like.
Well, I'm like actually confused about this plus 7.5. All these other playoff series are -2, -3.5, -3.5.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors are down 3-1. Am I crazy? Like, what? I think we should hit Miami and then the Lakers spread.
I guess the thinking is like they desperately need it. They're gonna come out and play like Game 4 lost by 3. Like the last game they played in San Francisco, they won by 27. Yes, that's the thinking, but I don't know.
That's fair. I
don't like that.
They kind of blew them out.
It's like the Warriors. I feel like they have so many guys who play a lot better at home.
So you don't like the 7.5?
No, I still like the 7.5. I'm just trying to defend it.
To rationalize it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just so we don't get too ahead of ourselves.
Okay. Do we do another wise parlay and add the next 2 games? Or was that too much? Because we had the first day great, and then ruined it.
Yeah, let's stick with these 2. We can talk about the next 2. I don't want to make a pick for your game.
Well, there's only one pick to make, and it's Celtics money line. It's the only pick I would ever make. So
Over under 213.
over under
I need a
213.
big game from Tatum. Maybe
I like the over. Oh yeah, let's
maybe
go
over?
there. I like the over on that. 213.
We hit that last night. Let's see. I'm trying to find the other games. Really this hard?
Oh yeah, no, it's gotten over 113 every single time, or 213 every single time.
Yeah, outside
Every
of
game.
game 2.
Oh yeah.
I think game 2 is 209 or 208.
Okay,
But
I like that.
They're not scoring 87. Okay, so we'll take the over there.
And then Nuggets wrap it up.
I like that. I have my bet that I've already placed was, I think it's a FanDuel exclusive, but it was Nuggets to be trailing by 10 and win the game. So like if the Suns get up like 15-4,
That's a cool
and then the
special.
Nuggets go win, it's plus 600.
That's cool. I like
So
that.
I like that
special.
was pretty good odds. But yeah, I like him at plus 138. I think this series is over. And the Suns have been good at home, but I don't know. I feel like Jokic just wants to wrap this thing up.
I think at some point Kevin Durant and Devin Booker just got to be gassed, and they were gassed last night. And I just think more of the same is to come.
Yeah, I agree. And these games in Phoenix have been pretty close. Whereas the Nuggets are like stopping them in Denver.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe there is something to that
like,
Suns home crowd.
Taking everything out of the Suns to win these games. And I think you're right. I think they're just out of gas at this point.
Yeah, for them to win games, they need 30 plus from both of them. And if they don't get that, they're not going to come close to winning.
Yeah, no, they're screwed.
Yeah. Because as again, Aiton's nothing, and the rest of the team is nothing too.
Yeah, game 3 they win by 7. You get 39 from Durant, 47 from Booker, and nobody else is in double digits.
That's insanity.
Ridiculous.
That's insanity.
Ugh. And like, campaign 30 minutes, 7 points. TJ Warren 26 minutes, 7 points. Landry Shamet 25 minutes, 4 points. DeAndre Ayton 26 minutes, 4 points. Like, what are we doing?
4 points for Ayton.
Jeez. I mean, this yes.
He's
been like
he's a generational bum. Yeah, he's a generational bum. Apparently, I was listening to Bill Simmons today, and Kevin O'Connor was on there, and he said he heard a quote that like Ayton, like one of his quotes like pre-draft was like, "Oh, my goal is to just make it to my second contract." And Kevin O'Connor's like, well, he completed the goal, so he's just like tapping out the rest of his career.
Yeah, he'd be like Simmons.
Yeah, he's just like, let me just get my money.
At least he's out there playing.
I know, but he shows like no effort.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Let me look it up, because there's no way. Ayton.
Because if he said that and he's playing like this in the playoffs, they should trade his bum ass. Send him to Houston.
Oh, so DeAndre Ayton, the exact quote is, definitely getting to my second contract. That's my success. NBA success considers NBA success getting to the second deal.
I mean,
how did the Suns? I don't know. All right, how did the Suns draft him first overall? If I heard that
this
quote,
was Luka's draft, right?
Yeah, if I heard that quote, I don't care what your highlights are. That is just, you are skyrocketing down my board. I mean, come on.
In his defense, I guess if you're looking at like objectively what's a successful NBA career, just like player wise, it's like if you can get that second contract and get like, that means that you've been good enough and you're getting like $100 million. Like, that's
you're projected
objectively
to go
successful.
First overall.
No, I know. I think like when he retires and looks back and is like, okay, well, I guess like I was successful, I got my money. But that's not the attitude you should have coming out of college. Because a 19-year-old should be like, I want to go win the finals, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're like
To
19,
be a
20,
generational
you should.
player.
Yeah, I want to be the MVP. Like that's the quotes I want to hear. I don't want to hear I just kind of want my second contract and then I'll be good to go.
Who was it said they were gonna be better than LeBron or like wanted to see LeBron?
Benedict Matherin.
Yes, that's right.
Benedict Matherin. He said he's still. I mean, you can't tell if LeBron's better than him.
LeBron is gonna have to show me he's better than me.
Well, remember when they played? That was when Russ was still on the team. Wow, it's like really dark on my screen. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. When they're playing the Pacers in the regular season game, and he outscores LeBron.
It's like,
I guess he is
hasn't
better.
proved it.
He hasn't
He's gotta be.
Yeah, he's gotta be better. All right, that's
But yeah, that's the attitude I want to see. Like, you look like a clown, kind of, but who cares? Go for it. Call it LeBron.
Yeah, it's just that's what the fans want to see.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for XFL for the first time since week 1.
I think it's been 2 months.
Yeah, the first time since week 1.
I got my gear on. I'm repping.
I brought the shield back
all week.
The shield is back. I was gonna pack it up like I normally do and just move it to my next place. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's championship week.
Oh, championship week.
Yeah. Oh, I'm mad that I didn't put a future on this. How did I not put a future on this?
I'm over the odds. Like, were all the teams just equal odds?
Oh, I have no
Everybody
idea.
was plus 800.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But so yes, our DC Defenders, our homegrown XFL team, undefeated at home, and is now fighting for the XFL.
I don't like how they're playing basically in Houston.
Yeah.
Like, they're at the Alamo Dome, which obviously it's not in Houston, but it's in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have to go across the country, and they have to hop on a bus and go south. Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Or is it south? Where's San Antonio relative to Houston? Doesn't matter. Either way, it's closer than DC is. So that's a sham, first of all. I like to play that. Also, it's a sham. It's west. Hop on a bus and go west. This team is 4-6, and now they're in the championship. Which I guess, like, if the Defenders are the true champs, they'll kick their ass, right?
They have to.
I don't even want this to be close. Let me see what the line is. I'm gonna say Defenders -6.
It is. It's -6. Oh,
It's
wait.
-6?
By the way, did we say the Roughnecks? Because I was looking at the Roughnecks stat beforehand. It's the Renegades, right? They're playing them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the Renegades. They're the 4-6 team. The Roughnecks were 7-3. They were the top of the division.
Oh, so the Renegades beat the Roughnecks.
Yeah, that was the upset. Yeah, it's the Arlington
Okay,
Renegades.
I see.
They're like, their defense is good, but their offense is the worst in the league.
I mean, I feel like we can play any way we want to.
Oh yeah.
Like, if it's a shootout, we'll play a shootout. If it's a slugfest, we'll play a slugfest.
Oh, and yeah, that's what the Defenders have been doing all season. They've won 1-score games. They've won blowouts. They've gone all over the place, and they're just like their defense is good. They got my guy halfway through the season, DJ Swearinger. He's been playing well. He got a touchdown. Yeah, he's a Gamecock. And I said hi to him when I went to the Redskins game.
Oh, yeah, fair.
That's why he's my guy. He waved back. He said, "What up?" All right, sweet.
It's a turd.
You don't like DJ?
No, I don't like DJ. He's
Why?
a buffoon.
He's
a
jungle.
clown.
He's Jungle Boy swag. What do you mean? He's got the 2 spoons. All right, whatever. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, Defenders their money line is -250. They should stomp this team. Really, really stomp this team. But any given Saturday, I'm excited to see.
It's on a Saturday?
Isn't it a Saturday? Could have sworn it was. The 13th. Is that Sunday?
13.
Nope, Saturday. It's on
No,
Mother's
yeah,
Day.
you're right.
Wednesday the 14th. My bad.
Oh.
I'm getting everyone confused. Anyways, as you said, they have a great rushing attack. Jordan Tamamu was he the MVP?
Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year. Okay.
I don't know
Is
if
there
they
an
have
MVP?
MVP.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up. XFL MVP. Oh, was it AJ McCarron?
Oh wait, AJ McCarron.
Huh.
Wait, so how was McCarron the MVP and Tayama was the Offensive Player of the Year?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like a different voting board or something.
I think it's Jordan Tamamu. Maybe it's because he's good in the ground too. I don't know, but
how McCarron doesn't play defense, so how is one the MVP? How are they different?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
I have no idea. That's a good question. We need to ask The Rock.
I'm all for it. Hand out as many awards. I don't care.
Yeah, as long as
I feel like he got ripped off.
Yeah, he just got you got second place MVP. That's what it was. Like if the MVP.
I mean, are we not looking at the records?
Yeah, what's going on here? Whatever.
Maybe because he didn't start the whole year.
And De'Aaron King came in a couple times. It's not that he didn't start.
Yeah,
it just was like a little wildcat package.
Yeah. Well, didn't they have who was the other guy they had? Dungy. It's like the top pick. Remember the quarterback that they had at first?
Oh, yeah. Eric Dungy, the guy from Syracuse, right?
Syracuse?
And they had the quarterback draft. They got him first pick overall, didn't get any other quarterbacks in the draft, elected to skip their next pick, and then decided to sign Jordan Tamamu and Derek King, and Eric Dungy never got on the field.
And now he's the third string?
Yeah, he hasn't seen the field all season.
So sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
But I'm gonna ride with the Defenders, obviously. I also kind of like the under in this game if you're a degenerate and are gonna gamble on the XFL Championship game.
48's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points for a team that you said struggles on offense.
Yeah, the Arlington, they suck on offense. I don't really know much about them, but I know
Who's their quarterback?
Drew Plitt.
Who?
Drew Plitt. That's all I can tell you about him. Drew Plitt. Let me look up Drew. But
who was the guy? Luis Perez.
Yeah, wasn't he on this team too?
Yes.
All right, whatever. Who cares?
I read about him.
Who cares about the Arlington Renegades? They're a bunch of chumps that are gonna get blown out.
Oh wait, they traded for him with the Vipers.
You could trade? There was a trade?
There's also Luis Perez sentenced for murdering 3 people.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so that's what I read in the preview that I saw. It's that the Arlington Renegades' fate rests in Luis's hands.
Oh, okay. So he's okay. All right.
You seen the trophy?
Yeah, it blows. Just like
What? You don't like it?
Let me look at it again. Because I saw the conference championships.
Don't look at the old one.
Championship trophy. All right, let's look at this. Okay, it's fine. It's not anything.
It's got the X on there.
It's got the giant X and just like the sides of a football on top, and it just says XFL.
I think it's classy.
I think it's slick. And I think if you're gonna brand yourself as the XFL, get the X in there. I don't mind it. I like it, and it's not like a copycat either. It doesn't look like any.
Yeah. The conference championship trophy is hilarious because it's just the same trophy without the X.
Yeah, it's just a lamer version of that.
Oh man.
All right. Prediction wise,
how's the USFL going?
I have
Oh,
no. All
sorry.
right, wait one sec.
Okay.
Just quick, because the only thing I could do is for the defenders. Just expect a lot of Abram Smith, Raquel Armstead packages with D'Air King, but Lucky Jackson's a great receiver. So is their guy Josh Hammond. Both had great seasons. So expect some deep balls, but a lot of running. All right. Would you ask me about the USFL?
I just said, how's it going?
I have no clue.
Okay, neither do I. Never mind then. What's that?
All right. That was your USFL talk. So now that we're done with all the fairy tales, we're going to be moving on to some cartoons. We'll be talking about our top 5 favorite cartoon characters. And should I go first?
Yeah, got it.
All right, sweet. I'm just trying to fix this light because I keep just getting darker and darker.
Building suspense.
I'm building
The first top
suspense.
5 we've done in a little while.
Yeah, it's
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 gonna be
summertime
back.
too. Summertime
Yeah,
too.
we'll be doing
so
them.
it's ready.
That'd be like every Tuesday. We'll roll them out. Almost that time of year for movies too. Speaking of cartoons.
Oh yeah, movies. Random top 5s, maybe a Shrek article or two. Like who knows? Who knows what's going on?
It was scattered.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking all over the place. So my dad texted me, said there's a lantern above you that you can turn on. So that's why.
Okay.
And then top 5 cartoon characters. Number 1 had to go with the GOAT, the classic, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay. That's a good pick.
Had to be one number 1.
Even as someone who wasn't the biggest SpongeBob guy, still probably the most iconic figure. Like when you think cartoons. Although I think my number 1 could give him a run for its money.
Okay.
Just different generations.
Is he also yellow?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
But anyways, yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants. When you think of cartoons, it's the first one everyone always brings up. And it was just, even if you didn't watch it as a kid, that's like a point that people bring up. Like, oh, I never watched SpongeBob. Or my parents didn't let me watch SpongeBob as a kid.
Yeah, right.
And
like, were you one of those kids that your parents didn't let you?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just generational. The memes are still funny today. The show's so rewatchable. The first couple seasons, and they have jokes in there that are, I guess we're talking more about SpongeBob himself, but himself, the star of the show, the square of the show. He makes the whole thing run. So without SpongeBob, the world is a different place right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty easy number 1, I'd say. My number 1 though, we go with Bugs Bunny.
Nice.
An all-time classic.
Yeah.
Which, like, you get what I meant by like the other generation. Like, I feel like Looney Tunes is a little bit earlier. Like,
yeah, it's like
my
the SpongeBob of
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it's like the SpongeBob of back in the day. Bugs is
like,
everywhere. I love Bugs
Bunny. If you're in a movie with Michael Jordan and LeBron James, that's a pretty damn good resume.
That is a pretty good resume.
Like, when I think of cartoons, like I think Looney Tunes is the first one that pops into my mind. And Bugs is the star of that show.
They're just those old episodes that like half of them probably couldn't be remade today because of some underlying tone, but they're all they're hilarious. They're a lot of fun, and you're right. Bugs the star of that one. I'm going. My number 2 is not a star, not a world changer, nothing like that. Just a cool platypus with a fedora on. Perry the Platypus is my number 2.
Great pick.
Agent P.
Great pick.
Him and Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Agent P.
Yeah, he gets his own theme song. Talking to
doesn't have a single line in the whole show.
Nope, never a line. Never needs to say anything. Nothing to say. Just nothing but glares and side eyes. Absolutely love Perry. He's always off saving the world somehow, saving the tri-state area. And I actually, fun fact, dressed up with him as Halloween in the 3rd grade. I had a nice
It's a good
cardboard.
costume.
Yeah, it was like I had like a green
Was it
onesie.
homemade?
Yeah, green onesie.
Okay.
Cardboard. This was before they made Perry the Platypus. I was ahead of the curve, and
Wait, what?
this is before they made like Halloween costumes for him and stuff.
Oh,
At least
I thought you
from
meant
what
like
I
you
could
just
see.
dressed up as a platypus.
No. Sorry, I'm not that. I'm not a that head of a curve. It's high to vision. But yeah, green onesie, hood up, had a fedora, had a duck bill, had a cardboard cutout tail.
I'd love a picture if you
baller.
have one.
I'll have to find one, and maybe we can put it up on the Instagram. All right.
Yeah, that's a good pick. My second one gonna come from my favorite cartoon, Peter Griffin.
Nice.
It's the funniest.
Nice.
I know like the older heads will probably say Simpsons over Family Guy, but I think our generation is pretty consensus Family Guy over Simpsons. So
it's just a classic.
I don't like when people try to tell me that their favorite character from Family Guy is not Peter. Like, think about the show without Peter. He's the funniest guy on it.
And he just has like the iconic butt chin and glasses, just an iconic look. You could never mistake him really for anyone else. It's always like, oh, Peter Griffin. And like kind of like in his own different sort of way. Kind of like I mean, him and Homer kind of hand in hand, but it's like like it's like the adult version of Mickey Mouse and SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, all time iconic character.
Yeah, that's great pick right there. Value, honestly, a value pick. At 2, even at 2, value pick.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, I had Bugs, so I'm moving up.
Okay.
We're moving up my number 4, and honestly, I'm gonna move him up. I'm going with Jake the dog.
Jake the dog. Okay, that's a good pick.
He is, and if you're Finn the human, you lucked out that your boy is Jake the dog because Jake is he's like the best number 2 character in the league, and he can transform. Like oh yeah, he is like Scottie Pippen, and he can shapeshift in whatever you want. He can fly around on like I guess stretch and like go places. He has a unicorn wife. Like this guy, he's got it all, and he's funny. He's got the voice of Bender, which is always a plus. Which I didn't have any Futurama characters. Oh well, but just all time character. He's just so funny in the show.
I was never a huge Adventure Time, but what I've seen, he's a great character.
He is like if you watch a ton of it, like my roommate and I, he watched it. It was his viewing watching, but when I was in the living room, I'd watch it with him. And he's the best part of it. Like he would be the funniest character and always have like the funniest little lines.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3.
I'm gonna go. What's my number 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Phineas and Ferb, and I'm gonna take Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you did that because I wanted to put like both of them together.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad I did.
He was my number 2, and then I think I moved Bugs up to number 1.
I love Dr. D.
It's one of those shows where it's like the main characters aren't even the best characters.
Oh no,
a lot of shows are like that, but this show it's like the gems are like Dr. Doof is the gem of the show.
Yes, he is. Him, his daughter, his villainy against Perry the Platypus. His innators, just all time character, and they go together, peanut butter and jelly. Dr. D.
Oh yeah,
Perry the Platypus.
Well, just like the funniest bit that never gets old is Perry the Platypus showing up.
He goes,
and he's so surprised every time.
A platypus.
Platypus. That never gets old.
No, it never does, and all of his evil schemes just to take over his tri-state area,
State area.
His horrific backstory of how his parents didn't even
Oh,
show up
it
to his
makes me
birth.
so sad every time.
my
Looney,
yeah, my younger brother Roger, the mayor of the city. Uh, he's
Norm,
yeah, no,
robot sidekick.
yeah. He's the best. He's the absolute
He is
best.
the best.
I guess we're saying that for like all these guys, but you know, that's why we're doing top 5 of it. They're the best.
They're on
These
the
are the
list.
best ones. Yeah. All right, number 4. We're gonna go with. Sorry,
Like
I'm
second
doing
guessing your list.
yeah, I'm doing a whole reshuffling. I'm going with Beast Boy from Teen Titans. Similar to Jake the Dog, I guess.
Ugh.
You don't like Beast Boy?
Really? I mean, he's fine, I guess.
And like you can
I,
have.
I just didn't expect Teen Titans to be on here.
Oh, I mean, you could do the Teen Titans or the Teen Titans Go. I'll take either Beast Boy. They're the funniest character in the show, and they can turn into any animal you want. Like I don't know what else you want from them. I was gonna pick Cyborg too, but you know.
Yeah, I
Had to
like
go
I like
Beast Boy.
Cyborg more. I think.
I just like how he looks like a little gremlin when he's not a animal. Like he just like looks like a Beast Boy. Looks like a little Beast Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought he was coolest. And I'm a big Cyborg fan too. So it was tough picking one or the other. But I
Yeah.
went with.
I'm not a hater. I just don't think like that's not a top 5. Definitely a show for me. I don't have him from on my list.
I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was a mispick. But it's already said now.
No, don't second guess yourself. Like it's.
No. Yeah. I still like the
list.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows when we look at the draft in 3 years?
I don't know if Beast Boy's
holds
going
up.
rising, but yeah. All right.
Was it really a value pick at 4?
No, it was a reach. It was a reach. But
all right. My number 4, which I think is a huge value pick, is Patrick Star.
oh yeah.
The completely moronic sidekick to SpongeBob.
Oh man,
countless
now I'm just mad. Sorry.
Oh no!
I got in my head.
No.
I got in my head.
You're reshuffling. You gotta go with your gut.
I know. The pick should have been Squidward. It's right there.
Yeah.
Pick should have been that. When you said Patrick, I was like, damn it! Like it just should have been Squidward.
You like Squidward more than Patrick?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think he's.
It's tough.
It is tough. I think at like there's a couple degrees where he's almost funnier than Patrick Squidward, even when he doesn't try to be. Like the character's not meant to be funny, but he himself is funnier than sometimes with Patrick. Because Patrick's meant to be funny, you know.
Yeah.
But when Squidward just gets like hazed by Patrick and SpongeBob, it's really funny.
Yeah, I was trying to decide between those two and Krabs. And I couldn't make up my mind for who would go for it because Krabs is great too.
Oh, you could do
Even
half
Plankton,
this.
like
you could put this whole list SpongeBob characters. Like it's not.
You could. So it was tough. I think Patrick's the funniest out of those 4 though.
All right, when we post on Instagram, I'm switching it to Squidward.
That's not how it works.
I'm switching it to Squidward. You can't.
Nick is in.
You're gonna forget about it.
He's
Anyway,
already put on the hat.
I traded him. I traded him to another team.
Did you say I'm gonna forget?
Yes, I did. All right.
If you send me your list and you flip them, I'm gonna notice it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna have a different number 5 anyways. No Squidward on the list. My number 5, a new character for myself, not new overall or with a lot of people in the world, but and I know you don't know him, but Goku from Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Does
that count as a cartoon? Like is anime and cartoons different?
No, I think they're the same.
Okay.
You want it to be the same?
Our anime. Oh no, they can be this. I don't watch anime.
The only one I watch is Dragon
Ball.
Our
anime audience is going to be very displeased with this list.
Kevin.
We're going to get like comments that are like, "Oh, like where's this guy?" Like I don't know. any of these people. Not hating on anime. I just don't watch it.
So I'm not a big anime fan either, but I did get into Dragon Ball. I like it a lot, and he's the main character. He does nothing but want to grind, like working out and fight, speed up people. It's pretty badass. And
You
he's got
remember the
pure heart of
like
gold, huh?
we used to play this game at like in high school on the computer that was like Super Smash Bros.
Yeah,
Goku
yeah.
was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Do
It
you remember
was
what that game was called?
wasn't it Super Flash Bros because it was like on it was supposed to be on like your flash drive.
Maybe Super Smash Flash. Yeah,
Super Smash Flash. There you go.
yeah. I remember Goku on there being like basically OP,
Yeah, he was cracked.
right? It was great.
He was. That was a
Um,
great high school like computer game because it
that
had.
was better than Shell Shockers. I thought.
Oh yeah,
Like Shell Shockers, you could do more, like more people in one game, but this was
this
the
was Super
best.
Smash Brothers. Like, come on now.
Yeah, literally in Chemistry.
Yeah, dentistry. Um. All right, you're number 5. Let's round this out.
I got Charlie Brown.
Ooh,
I just love
banger!
like
That's a banger.
all of all the Charlie Brown shows are like they're all hits,
Yeah. Well, and
and it's
talk
like
about getting like dunked on all the time. Like Charlie just doesn't get
yeah,
a break.
no,
Poor,
he doesn't.
poor Charlie.
Poor Charlie. He gets a rock,
No, he gets jack shit.
Halloween, brutal. It's the football pulled out from him all the time, but he's a lovable loser.
He is.
He gets abused by everyone in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, but you just feel you can't just not feel bad for him. He gets the damn Christmas
Yeah.
tree that has the soupy one bulb on it. Like he's just trying his best out there like everyone else. That's why Charlie Brown's so
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah, that's true. Like, well, I'm not Charlie Brown at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our list. Honorable mentions. I'm going with Hank
Squidward?
Hill. Yeah, Squidward. We already talked about it. Squidward, Hank Hill. Love me some Hank Hill. Love me some Bobby Hill too. Honestly, didn't watch too much of
I've
that
never
show.
gotten into King of the Hill.
I was gonna say I never watched too much of
Like
the
I would
show,
like it though.
but from what I've seen,
Give it a
is
chance.
awesome. And then I got Pikachu,
Okay.
just because he's always there saving the day.
I got Benson from Regular Show. There'd be
Oh,
Regular Show on here somewhere.
what a miss from both of us. Mordecai's.
Well,
in my
I
honorable
was
mention.
debating. I think I put Charlie Brown ahead of him, which might have been a mistake. Regular Show altogether, I could have put Ops.
Oh,
Ollie
Skips,
Might, Skips,
Mordecai
yeah,
and Rigby, either one.
yeah, Muscle Man.
Margaret. I just wanted to say it like Mordecai.
That's a great show. Any one of those guys could be on there. My favorite's Benson, so that's why he's my honorable mention.
I do love Benson.
I got Eric Cartman.
Yep.
South Park's got to represent on here too.
We got to do a part 2
Homer
of this.
Simpson.
Even though we're
honestly.
saying honorable mentions, like we could do a part 2. Anyone who wasn't we could do anyone who wasn't even honorable mentioned, and we'd still have enough names.
Yeah, no, we definitely could.
Like Mickey Mouse hasn't been said. Daffy Duck.
Yeah. Stewie.
Stewie. I mean, there's just so many shows. Like, you ever? This is not like he's not top 5 material whatsoever. But you ever seen Kick Patowski?
I've seen I remember the previews for it.
Just
when
like
I was trying to watch Phineas and Ferb on Disney XD.
that show is so stupid. But just the way
what
he's
about Clarence.
Clarence, never seen Clarence, but also saw the ads for that.
I actually liked Clarence when I watched it. I think so. Because it would come on after.
It'd be after regular show. Yeah, I think it was after regular show.
Yeah, not top 5 material either, but I enjoyed it.
Clarence.
Homer Simpson I threw on there just for the status as like a cultural icon.
Yeah. He's one of the if this is like a Mount Rushmore of like impactful cartoon characters. Homer's
Right,
up
yeah.
there.
You've got it'd be SpongeBob, Homer, probably Bugs,
And Mickey.
and Mickey. Yeah, yeah. Um, Gideon from Gravity Falls. Gravity
Oh,
Falls, another great,
yeah.
great cartoon that
I
just
like
left off our list.
what's his name? The triangle.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, I like Bill. Bill Cipher.
Yeah.
Oh, Courage the
And
Cowardly
then,
Dog.
yeah, I never watched that one as a kid.
That's a great one.
Dora. Throw her on
Dora.
there.
Diego.
Map.
Let's get her cousin out there.
Map was always my guy.
Map, the boy.
The map.
Hey, the map.
And then I had Mr. Krabs, which we already talked about.
I'm gonna throw out, even though a little past our generation, but as you said, cultural icon, the Pink Panther. Throw him on the honorable mention list. All right, I like the list. You know what? I like my Beast Boy pick. I'm gonna be fine with it. It's already made, so I just gotta live with it.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing you can do about it.
Still, yeah. All right. I can't believe. All right, actually, sorry. Honorable mention. I just said all right probably 15 times, but last one I'm adding is Bender from Futurama.
Okay.
Love Bender. Let's wrap this up. Thank you all for listening. Hope you all enjoyed the top 5, the preview for the XFL NBA breakdown. And we'll be more consistent now that we're home. We might have to switch up a schedule once both of our work starts and classes are over. But for now, we'll see everyone on Friday. Thanks for listening.